and there was pure bliss.
There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, touching my hair, thinking of the things to be. I'm here with you, touching my hair.
The power of art. What comes in your mind when you see it? We have different art forms that we get in contact with day to day, but which we can use to empower ourselves and to go through things in life. Today, on this platform, we are very honored to have an art form itself, a wonderful, amazing, talented, and successful singer, MENOOSHA, who is going to tell us more about her Tedx show, where she talked about singing through trauma and how this art form has helped her navigate through her life. And maybe you're going to get inspired. If not, we hope you still will. I am Phil Yambo Makora, and this is the Tales of Yambo.
Hi, my name is MENOOSHA. I'm a singer, a vocal coach, and a speaker. I believe in the transformational power of music and singing, which explains why this is all that I do. I come from Cameroon. I grew up in the Ivory Coast, but I've been in several places of the world, and this makes me feel like a citizen of the world. I've been blessed to do many beautiful things. Start as already a child at 8 years old that was part of a group called Les Oiseaux du Monde. We opened for the legendary Stevie Wonder and Kool and the Gang back then in Abidjan. Fast forward, I was able to also open for Miriam Makeba as a young adult with the band of Mr. Muchoko. I was also able to tour one whole year with André Rieu, and also be creative with 2 albums that have been critically acclaimed. All I do is sing, and all I want you to do with me is sing.
So MENOOSHA, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to sit down with you today. It is a pleasure. When you wrote me that text to ask, actually, I have been thinking about you for months.
I love this.
Our brain synced, and I was like, yes,
Of
yes.
course.
It will be lovely to have this powerful here on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to say thank you also, because thank you for having me, because like I said, I also had you in mind for months. And this one day I thought, what, you've been thinking of it, why don't you just send a text? Philly, I need to be on your show. And yeah, it had to happen. So really, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so now we want to know MENOOSHA. You know, everybody, when they hear MENOOSHA, they're like, oh, this amazing singer. So today I want them to know the facade behind this beautiful and amazing singer. Maybe you just give us a little background. Where you're from, what led you to come to Germany, and then we'll take it from there. And where are you at right now?
Wow, okay. Yeah. So first of all, there's no facade. What you see is what you get. So if you see me hopping and,
jumping,
just over the top, that's me.
That's you.
That's me. There's no mask. So I consider myself to be a human being who loves life, and then come the roles, the mother, the sister, the friend, the daughter, whatever, and then of course the artist. Okay, I always considered myself to be an artist, and I was drawn to several forms of art. I did painting. I did a bit of dancing when I was young. I touched on many things, but of course, what really retained my attention, my passion, was the singing. So that started very early. My mom is related to this singer in Cameroon called Baby Manga. And she's the person who, during the times she would come over to our place, she'd be singing, she's doing stuff and she's singing, she's humming, and she had that vibrato that got me like, You know. So she saw that interest and talked to my mom about it. She said, I have the feeling this child really wants to sing. Let's do something about it. And that's how she introduced me into this children's group, Les Oiseaux du Monde, that gave me my foundation that I'm still using today. So of course there's so many layers to me because I don't confine myself to let's say one activity or one interest. I'm interested in so many things. So I think as the interview goes, I'm going to reveal, you know.
Oh, the other
so
things.
yeah, that's what I can say for now.
Oh, lovely,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely, lovely. And right now, singing is your career. You're not only just doing it as a hobby. And
Yes.
it's good that you've spoken about art. And art has been a very important part of our African culture. Actually,
Absolutely.
it defines our culture. It's
Absolutely.
how people used to have a sense of identity, how to connect, how to express themselves. But over the years, it has been kind of, in some spaces, looked down upon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you go to your African father or mother and say, Mom, I want to become a singer, a painter, a dancer. They'll always be like, no, that is not serious. They want you to be a doctor, an engineer,
Exactly.
a pilot.
Yeah.
So art has been kind of diminished in the eyes of some people.
Yes.
And I like it that you're taking it to heights where somebody can say, wow, I can actually live and breathe art.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what inspired you to say, okay, now I really want to make a living from art?
Right. Okay. So I love the fact that you asked this question because the answer that I'm going to give you is not inspirational at all.
Okay.
The story is very plain. Like you said, we grew up in spaces where art forms are really looked down upon because of colonization. You know, we have very rich cultures that were perpetrated through textile, through song, through dance, you name it. But then through colonization, these things were looked down upon, and the people who looked up to were the lawyers and the engineers and the doctors. So of course our parents thought that is the way to go. So now here comes a space where you have nutheads like myself that come with, you know, that passion. Of course, you're in a space where you're told, okay, you have to go to school, even if you have that little hobby of yours. Make sure you have your real job. But the truth about the matter is that for myself, it didn't matter how well I did in whatever job, because I worked in marketing for a long time. Still do freelancing, but on the side. It didn't matter how well things went. I knew I wasn't complete. I knew I felt like a fish on the ground. like a crocodile in an office. That's what. No, that's how bad it felt. So at some point, it's actually life that forced me to pursue that full time. I had this job where everything was going well, and the layoff was so brutal and so unexpected that I had to admit to myself, this doesn't make any sense. And how much longer are you going to run away from what you're supposed to do? And another thing, I'm a dreamer. When I say dreamer, it's not just, you know, you envision things. When I go to bed, I literally, like, it's like Century Fox pictures, Hollywood, that storylines that come up in my dreams. So I used to pray. I said, God, what do you want me to do? I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't feel legitimate. I don't feel it's the, you know, so tell me what you want me to do. Every time I would say this prayer, every time the dream I'd have is me on stage, either alone or with people singing, crowds. That's all I saw. When you get the same dream like 10 times, at some point the message is going to be clear.
They'll be like, yes.
So that's what guided me to this, because it's really a state of, really, you have no choice. You know,
But
you're
to
giving
follow
the
your
tools.
heart.
Exactly, you're given the tools. Use them.
Use them.
Yeah.
And was it difficult? Because the reason why I'm asking this is, I know there are very many people in our African community, in Germany in particular, who are so talented
Yeah.
in different art forms, but they are scared. They keep on sticking to, there's nothing wrong with working their other jobs, nothing wrong, just to
Absolutely
be
not.
nothing.
Keep your jobs. I'm
Keep
not saying
it.
quit. Keep your
it.
jobs.
But
Yeah.
there are those who have this desire
Yeah.
because they are happy in their art form, but they don't know how to like to move and earn money for it. Was it easy when to switch for you?
I would say for me it wasn't too difficult because I had already started getting into singing networks in my 20s.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, it wasn't easy then because I had to start with shows that would be where your income would you would rely on the door, and at the end of the evening you turn up with 20 euros, and that's just enough to pay your your train fare back
And McDonald's. And that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you start from there, and that's where I say I understand the fear to do it because it's a very improbable industry. You take a lot of risks. There is no guarantee. But I would say, looking back, the only guarantee that you have is sureness of your passion and the work you put into it. When I say work you put into it, it's not just honing your skills, but also nowadays you have to have a business mind.
Okay.
You have to network. There's nothing worse than an isolated artist. You need to go get into open mics. You need to bug other artists that you see are kind of making it. Even if some of them will say, "Well, I can't help you," it's all right. Ask. They say no. Ask the next person. You know. What else would I say? Just really follow your guts.
Yeah.
And hone your skills. Keep training yourself. Out there on YouTube, you can train yourself on anything for free. If you can't play an instrument, there are thousands of channels that offer tutoring in piano, guitar, whatever, you know. So get your skills, keep your skills updated as a musician and as a business-minded artist.
Yeah. So this is one thing that I'd like to tell you: work hard. Work hard for it. Don't sit in the house and expect to be discovered miraculously. No. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, "Come." So get out, do it, and I think patience. If it doesn't work right now, just continue doing.
Continue.
So Andre Ryu, this very, very big artist,
Yes.
how did it come that you got to work with such an amazing... You went on tour, I think, for almost a whole year.
Exactly.
How did it come to it? That is awesome.
Now that's a crazy story because all it took was a call. I was
Really?
sitting in my house minding my business, and this agency. Well, that's the part where you have to do the work as an artist in order to be able to sit down, mind your business, and get called.
Yeah.
You know, you need to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
With number, email address, so that people find you.
Oh.
And that's how I got the call.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Minding your business and then
Minding
bam.
my business. And I thought, wow, okay. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. And I'm super proud. Like,
Thank you.
I would like watch your videos and your posts and I'm like, I know her, people. That is awesome. So I recently attended your Tedx talk, which was so inspiring. And it was called Singing Through Trauma. And everybody who left there was so moved. By the way, that interview is online. Please check it out. I'm sure you're going to be super inspired. I was. And she made me sing. She made all of us sing.
Well, I can't speak about singing through trauma and not make people sing. So that was a highlight. That was really a highlight.
Yeah, it was really awesome. So what led you to this moment where you said, I need to inspire people on such a powerful stage and I want to be vulnerable and use my story to inspire somebody?
So it went from from one simple thing. I always wanted to speak at a Tedx conference. I was very inspired by this brain scientist that held a talk about her own stroke.
Oh.
And the way she describes it, I thought, wow, this is, I mean, she's being vulnerable, speaking about what she went through in order to sensitize, in order to inform. And that was always my goal. How do I'd like to be on a platform like that to be able to help. And how do you help? You don't help by just blurting out a bunch of ideas you put together. You really have to come from an honest place. And that's when I knew, when I saw the opportunity and I applied for it. Before I applied, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. It was as I was filling up the form that the idea came. Singing through trauma. Okay. So I drafted everything. And it was clear to me that it is important for me to speak about the therapeutic properties of singing, not just as from what I've seen work as a vocal coach, but especially from personal experience. Because how better, it can only be good to talk about the benefits of anything if you have experienced them, tried and tested.
Very true.
So that was my intention. My intention was not to inspire, it was just to share and to be completely transparent. And I'm more than happy that I was able to inspire. Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. And the fact that you talked about trauma, first of all, I think it's a very interesting topic because in our African community, or in Black communities in general, being vulnerable in that kind of way is not something that is really spoken about. Not as much. Yes, times are changing. You cannot compare right now with 20 years ago.
Yes.
But there's still much more that can be done. Because people are scared to be vulnerable. People are scared to show other people that I'm not okay.
Absolutely.
But you need to watch the interview. You need to watch this talk, this Tedx talk. It is amazing. We are not going to go into details because we want you to go watch it. Yeah, but the fact that you had like this courage to really address it, it really resonated with me. And this is something that we have in our community. People are scared to say, hey, I'm not okay.
Of course.
Hey, I'm not okay. And what do you think we can do? What part can we do to show people that it's okay, it's not the end of the world?
I think the reason why we have this problem with mental health awareness is because we are taught roles, we are taught concepts, instead of being taught identity, self-awareness. So when I say roles, for example, we get hammered all day long about what a good wife is supposed to be, what a good husband is supposed to be, a good daughter, a good son. You know, you have all these expectations. You have unwritten rules about what a woman or a man is supposed to be. So although I would say a lot of these foundations are not bad, of course, these are codes for, societal harmony. What we need to do is get more into, not shy away from really learning how to be self-aware, digging into yourself. Who am I? Beyond the middle-aged African man. Who am I beyond the African immigrant who managed to study in Germany and get my diploma, my degree, and I'm working in this super company, I'm earning money, I have a house, I have a car. But when you take away all of that, who are you? And these are questions we don't always ask ourselves. That's what we have to start asking ourselves in private, So that comes to mindfulness. Mindfulness is really being aware, your emotional state, your spiritual state, your all these deep all this deep questioning that you have in order to find out who you are. We need to have these conversations, and make it normal, because when you talk about that in our community, you kind of sound like, you're an exotic nut.
Yeah. Like you almost feel like you're almost apologizing for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we need to normalize that.
Yes, that needs to. And I also think people are scared
Yeah.
to, like, what will people say about me? And I think that's one problem. I think we
roles.
spoke about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about it before, where somebody's scared. Oh, if I share my problem, people are going to talk about it. I'm going to be so famous.
Yes. I'll be at the marketplace. But truth be told, nobody wants to be at the marketplace.
Yes.
So you actually understand that people prefer keeping the troubles to themselves. So there's a double approach that has to be made, where, yes, people need to be open about their problems, but also we need to stop being judgmental.
Yeah. Thank
We are
you.
too judgmental.
Yes.
We're traditional to the point where it's cancerous. We need to drop that.
Exactly.
We really need to.
Yeah, and I like the fact that from your talk at the Tedx, you kind of opened this door of how we can use art form to work through those low moments,
Yes.
whatever it is. And I think this is something very important, that we can sensitize, use the art, use
Yes.
because like I said before at the beginning, art has like a spiritual meaning.
Absolutely.
Yes, so trying to
does.
reconnect through your talent really helps, right?
It really helps. One thing that we have as an advantage in our African community is that we like to get together, get loud, sing and dance. We do that already.
Yeah.
The extension that we need is to take that activity seriously, in the sense that, not that we lose the fun of it,
Yeah.
but we actually acknowledge the fact that this is a richness that many cultures don't have.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's a true richness.
Yeah.
And the testimony of it, look at us, we go through the craziest troubles, but somehow we still manage to smile.
Yes, that's true.
So we have to stop holding that kind of talk where we say all the black man can do is sing and dance. That's a lot. That requires a lot of intelligence.
That's true.
It requires coordination. It requires a lot of brain connection. I mean, that's for another talk. Or no, it is on the talk, on the TEDx talk. Watch it.
Yes.
So yeah, we have to be very. We have to embrace this natural ability that we have to sing and dance so naturally as an intellectual advantage that we have.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So what do we expect from you 5 years to come?
Wow. I have plans.
Share the plans, baby. Share them.
Here's the thing. I have learned not to speak of the unborn baby too early. Because people will come and abort it. And we're not about to expose that baby.
We won't let it happen.
No, so definitely there's a lot in store. What I can say is that this year I'm working on a lot of vocal coaching resources to help people who maybe cannot, don't have the time to work with me or come see me. At least resources out there, to get yourself singing if you just want to, relax yourself, or if you're an aspiring artist, provide you with tips and tricks and everything.
So which means if somebody cannot sing that well, or the talent must be looked for,
I like it.
really looked for, they can still come to your classes.
Absolutely.
Maybe somebody just wants to use it as a technique to relax, as like something therapeutical. Can somebody still come to you, or it's only those people who can hit those nice notes?
Absolutely not. I teach people of all levels, and my principle is everybody can sing. If you have some people that have more talent than others, it's just a matter of exposure. It's just a matter of exposure. What did the mother or the father do with a 3-month-old while they were 3 months? You know those little, yes, that's where it starts. When you look at, I like to take an example. This There's a gospel group called the Clark Sisters. I love them. They share a lot of candid clips of themselves singing with their babies. And what they do is they don't dumb down what they sing to their babies. They sing exactly what they want the baby to sing and repeat that year after year as they grow until at some point you have 10-year-olds that are ready for the stage just because they're singing and they're making the baby repeat. Even if what comes out of the baby is the ooh, the intention is there. And the more you repeat, the more the child will get into the precision of what you gave.
Yeah.
So that exposure is what is lacking when people are found not to have enough talent. But it's never too late, you know. That's why I say come as you are and work on that thing. There's the law of mastery that says in order to be an expert at anything, you have to exercise it for 10,000 hours.
Ooh,
so
10,000
be ready
hours.
to put in the work.
To put in the work. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
So as we wind up this interview, I'd like you to look at our viewers and take it home for us, using the art form to express yourself and to work through whatever it is you're going through in life, from MENOOSHA's point of view.
So from my point of view, I will just sum it up into one phrase. By all means, sing. If you're angry, you sing. If you're sad, you sing. If you're happy, you sing. If you got a new job, you sing. If you lost your job, you sing. You want to become a singer, of course you sing. So yeah, you have a voice for something. Don't just use it to speak. Sing a song. That's all I can say.
Oh, thank you. That is so profound. Something I'm going to think about today. Thank
Do
you.
it.
So
Thank
how
you
can
so very
people
much.
reach you, to book you for concerts? How can people reach you? And how does somebody book you?
So there's my website, MENOOSHA.com. That's for music, for vocal coaching, Coach Vocal MENOOSHA.com, Coach Vocal minus MENOOSHA.com.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, although I don't really use it that much. But yeah, you can find me everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. I would have told you to make me sing, but I want people to continue watching the Tales of Yambo. If I start singing, some people are going to cry.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on that, like backstage. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Wow.
Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you so much, Menoosha. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. There you have it. I hope you got inspired today. Kindly check her TEDx show. Trust me, if I tell you, you're going to get inspired. And if not, write me. If not, really, write me. Please don't be scared to follow your heart. Don't be scared to follow your talent. And as you've had today, hard work, consistency, and believing in yourself. And check her channels, check what she's up to, follow her, and she's told you how you can book her. And don't be scared to leave whichever art form that inspires you. I hope we got to inspire you today. I am Philly Yambo Makora, and this is the Tales of Yambo.